Mr. Harper remembers well the feeling of having hit bottom. He'd been unemployed for the better part of a year, and there was still no job in sight, not even part-time work. Uncertainty was giving way to a well-founded fear. Harper was in an economic sinkhole, and the nasty scent of destitution was in the air. He'd never thought of himself as poor, but now, with the family's savings gone, he and his wife and his young son seemed to fit right into that previously unimagined category. Was it really possible that they'd fallen out of the middle class? His insides churned at the thought. No, he told himself, he would not allow himself to become poor. If he just kept looking, he'd find a job. At the moment, though, he was flat broke, and he had to do something about that. With the bills stacked frighteningly high, and his savings depleted, without even enough money to buy food for the next few days, he came to the grim conclusion that he had no choice but to drive into downtown Columbus and sell some of his blood. Mr. Harper got $50 each time he donated blood. Sometimes he did it twice a week. He would talk to me about what it was like to continually give blood. He said you should eat before you did it, because afterwards, if you hadn't eaten, you might feel woozy, and he didn't want to feel woozy driving home, but sometimes he couldn't eat before he gave blood because there wasn't much food in the house, and he always felt that his wife, and especially his son, had to eat first. So if there was no food left, he would go and give blood without having eaten. And then he would talk about what it was like actually giving the blood, because they have to find a vein. And the more they poke that needle into your vein, the more difficult it is, because you get like, I don't know whether you get scar tissue or scars or whatever, but it gets more and more difficult and more painful to give this blood. He actually, giving the blood for $50 a pop became sort of like a part-time job for Ron Harper. I'll just leave you with a simple thought. You should not have to give blood to put food on the table for your family in the United States of America in the 21st century. Thank you very much.